see. What's happening? See here.
Peace, family. Yes.
Okay. 40 Shades.
Hey, sis.
Know who that is. What's that vibrations? I like that sound. Does it sound like that? Do it sound like that to you too?
Hey, sis, can you hear us good?
It sound like that. I can't say it. I don't see no messages on the screen, so I don't even know.
Make sure when y'all come in that y'all say something so we know y'all here.
I can't see no thing on things though. They might do something right. I just don't see no. But I don't see no comments. How do it sound? Because on my look. Yeah, but see, I can't fade that. I tell you what.
Said the audio is bad.
Give me my hand me a mic. Uno momento. If it sound like that, I can't do it. Turn that mic off. This can also be the white thing that when you plug to it. It's one of those, should be holding a little wire set with a white piece on it that goes to it. Give me a second, man. I know.
That's what happened when we go so long before we post, right? Or go live or do any type of video. We have to get it back together. It's all good though. It's real life. I'm wondering if it's the truck that makes
No, it's like, it's that phone. I wanted to use our brand new ones, but we don't have the, don't have YouTube on it.
freaking mobile. Whatever, right?
The service is fine. It looks clear. See, I don't even know how these would sound. We can try this. I'm gonna try something real quick. This ain't what I want to do, but I want to see it. If it'll work at all. Mic check 1 2. Put that on.
Let us know how these mics or how they sound, how the audio sound now.
Is that any better?
Do it sound better?
It does. I can hear it
She
already.
said it ain't better.
I just
Oh, you said a lot better.
I can hear it right now. I can hear it through this that it sounds better.
Perfect. Thanks, Britt. Okay. Do it sound better? When he put his
Yeah.
hands to the plow, you know what I'm saying?
No, hopefully these things is even charged up. It's been a while since we used them. I don't even know how much charge we got on it. Hopefully it lasts. So y'all can hear.
Ray Davis said bang.
What up? What up? What up? You good? Y'all good? Everybody good?
It's been a minute, y'all. I don't know how long it's been. What, 2 months, 3 months? I don't even know how long
Might
it's
have been
been.
longer than that. What y'all want to know? Y'all want to know something particular? Y'all got anything y'all want to know? Any questions you want to ask? Because we've been doing a
Gold
lot.
Phoenix. Stay
That's my
savage.
guy.
He said,
Hey,
hey, y'all in HD now.
that Grand Swab boy. I can tell you again, my guy. Yeah. Okay, we got that
I
letter.
just want to say that if you're on here and you are a new subscriber, thank you so much. Please forgive the fact that we have not put any videos up. A lot has been happening. Life has been lifing, okay?
We just been moving and
Life
shaking,
has been
man.
lifing. So, but thank you for following us and subscribing. We appreciate it. And thank you for all of y'all that's been hanging in with us from day one and after. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Well, what's up, man? What's happening? I don't know where my little cord at.
What cord you looking for?
I'm not looking for. I'm just looking for it because I was looking for it.
Oh, okay. It's probably around here somewhere.
Because it's cool.
Peace,
The
family.
mic's cool for the camera, but when I
Sideways. Is that what they say? Sideways, yeah.
what's sideways?
I'm speaking to people in the comments,
Oh, the
baby.
name is
Yes.
sideways. Leaning sideways. All in the days.
Question: do you think it's time for a APU? It's been time,
Who question is that?
Ray.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Sideways.
Absolutely, Ray. We definitely need an APU at this point. But not really, but kind of sort of. Like for us running team in a perfect world, an APU is not per se really needed like that. Because if you're not really sitting that 10 hours on a consistent basis every day, but running the way that we run, how our loads are configured nowadays, we do have gaps where we sit or we have a few days available to sit. So with that being said, a lot of times we're forced to get hotel rooms just because it's been so hot, man. And I don't want to sit and run my truck. So for that reason, absolutely, it's about that time. But I'm trying to see if I'm gonna do it. Maybe just get a new truck with an APU on it. But we're gonna see.
So a lot has happened in these last months, y'all. Um, you think it's better to run 888? Somebody asked.
You mean like doing
Sideways.
running 8 hours, rest for 8 hours, and pick your time back up and all that good stuff?
I would say yes,
Um,
because you don't run out of hours that way.
I think if you run like I think it's 8 hours and 15 minutes, 8.5 hours a day or something like that, whatever that will equate to that 70 hours over that 8 day period, you'll constantly get that hours back and you'll never have to recap. I just never been one to run 8 hours. Like to me, I run that nonstop.
Okay.
So unless you, I mean, if it's set up that way and you can still get to your pickups and drop offs on time and you making service and not getting no service failures and stuff like that, of course. But
Gold Phoenix said honestly, my APU can't really keep up with this level of heat, right?
yeah, I was about to say, because sometimes even in the truck, you're talking 100 and something, especially what it's been pretty consistently recently. It's a little overbearing, I think,
Yeah.
for anything or for everybody.
So we're gonna backtrack a little bit
I
Because
can't
since
see
we
no
ain't been
comments
on here
online.
that much,
Oh, there we go. I
yeah,
did
since we
that.
ain't really been on here, I know it's gonna be people that's
Yeah, but sideways.
asking questions.
That's what I would say, and as far as that goes. But you could do whatever you like. I'll play back there. Let me get that.
All right, so pretty much,
Brussels sprouts, mushroom, tomato. Go ahead, babe.
go ahead. Let me let you get everything out.
No, go ahead. Oh, these is fire.
We just fixed some food in the air fryer. He been on these Brussels sprouts ever since I fixed them, so I made some more um, a little while ago. But we actually wanted to just check in and let y'all know, just give y'all some updates. We haven't really posted, so I don't think, if you don't follow us on Instagram and Facebook, you wouldn't know um, anything.
You should be following us on the ground.
Right, right. But so we went home for home time right around June, the beginning of June, and what happened? Okay, we got home in June, and then
We were gonna come
we
back
were
out on
coming.
the 5th of July.
Well, before that, we came home in June, and we had a family trip planned, but some of our family members didn't get all of their passports. Get your passports, people. Get your passports.
All the kids ain't getting no passports.
Right. So one of our daughters got her passport, and we went to Mexico. So she went with us and everything. Came back from, enjoyed ourselves, went over there, came back from Mexico, and your girl got sick. I was sick as a dog. Do you hear me? I was sick for almost 8 days. Like,
I
it was
forgot all
over a
about that.
week. It was over a week. I was down. Like, I had what they call travelers. I had travelers diarrhea. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. And what's crazy is I did not drink the water. I did not drink the water, but some kind of way the water got in my system, and that little thing or whatever it was, parasites or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, your girl was down. I had to go to the emergency. I could not do nothing for a whole week and a half after I came home. So anyway, that was that. In that same time, I was in the process of writing a book. It's something I wanted to do for a really, really long time, and I actually had the opportunity to be plugged into a coach that knows all about it and has been guiding me. So that's been bubbling. That's been bubbling since June. Actually, I just did the pre-orders, but we'll talk about that later. So after
When you
that,
haven't pre-ordered, make sure you do so. And we'll give you all the info. So if you want to know any info, we can give it to you now. Do you know how to put stuff in the chat or no?
Yes, I do know how to put things in the chat.
Be on the lookout for that. Continue, baby.
So, so we were supposed to come back. Wait a minute, we was home from June. We were supposed to come back out because we was doing a short. It was short for us. We were supposed to come back like July.
We came home June 2nd.
And we were supposed to come back out on.
We was leaving July the 5th.
Okay, July 5th. The day. Was it the day? Yes, it was the day. The day we went back out on the road and picked our truck up. We had a load.
We had a load that picked up at a military base in Virginia Beach. And for all y'all that's familiar with Virginia Beach area, on 64, I stopped at a Love's. Y'all remember I had some death issues some months back when we were in Amarillo, Texas, before we came home. This was probably April. We were down for a weekend, had some death issues, death quality, blah, blah, blah. Got it cleaned out and got all that stuff taken care of. We back running. So we go home June. So we go to come back out in July. I get fuel and death again from a Love's, because it happened before from Love's. Right there in Williamsburg, basically. Not even quite Williamsburg, but before we even get to the tunnel, crossing in Norfolk, whole dashboard going crazy. Same thing, death quality, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, yo, we're not going to be able to run this load. Like, I already know how this D-rate thing gonna go. I already know what's about to take place. But I don't want to call the company and try to get the load put on somebody else. We're already a few hours from the pickup time or the window. And I don't want to, I'm trying to save face with the company also because, you know, doing what we do, bro, you can't have just random hiccups. I mean, if it's serious business and it is what it is, you deal with it. But on top of that, I'm like, I don't want to call 2 hours before the window is closed hollering about we can't make this pickup. So I do go get the load. I'm in panic mode because I know at any moment my truck's going to do a D-rate. You got a couple 100 miles or so before it does the whole D-rate, 5 miles an hour thing, all that good stuff. So I'm paranoid. We're at the base. We get to this base. This is one of the times they want to run this long check in on you. They want to vet you. This whole process of running your information to see who is you is.
SoCal said what's good.
So Cal, you already know what it is, my brother. So
Hey SoCal.
they want to go through that whole process. That takes forever. So the whole time I'm like, yo, the truck outside running is hot, so I ain't cutting it off. But I know the time is ticking on this D-rate thing. I know at any moment now it's gonna shut down, and I don't want to go through this process on the base. Have to get a tow from the base with a load hooked to us. I mean, it could get really ugly, and I ain't want that to happen. So
Mind you, did you say already that we had this issue before?
in April,
Okay.
yeah, in Amarillo. So I do make the pickup. We get off the base. I started looking for dealerships. Found a Peterbilt dealership in Chesapeake. So I get over to that. And literally, and when I say literally, I mean literally. By the time we get into the parking lot of the truck, of the shop, it starts to do the D-rate. So I'm literally parking the truck on their lot at 5 miles an hour. So luckily, like I said, we was able to get that there. Didn't have to incur a toll and all the crap that come along with that. So I called the company, had them send another team out to come repower the load off of us because, of course, we couldn't run it. We were in Chesapeake, so I wasn't too far from home. So I jumped on the horn, called my parents. So they was on their way to come get us. But we couldn't leave until the other team showed up. So that may have been a couple of hours before they got there. My parents actually beat them there from Richmond. So we all waiting for the other team to show up. But nonetheless, they came, was able to grab the load off of us. I went through the whole process of getting the truck checked in, and we went home.
It was hot as I don't know what that
We
day
ended up
too.
going home for about another 2 weeks because he told me that weekend and we ain't gonna be able to look at it until Monday. This was a Friday. He did look at it Saturday, gave me a brief, rundown of what he was thinking. So he did jump on it a little bit Monday. So I think they had to order some stuff, go through that whole process. So they didn't get back on it until the following Monday. So they're going through throughout that week. So basically we sat home for another 2 weeks dealing with this death issue. I think that ran us about another $4,000. So altogether, we was in about $7,000 between the two death issue episodes this year.
Mind you, we had just had the same issue in April.
Right. So, but
Ray
different
Davis
people
said
do
break it
different
down on
things.
the base would be so very embarrassing.
Very.
And SoCal said, hit my line, homie, if need be. Don't let timer run out on a D rate.
Okay. SoCal always got all the tricks, bro. He got stuff all up his sleeve.
Shout out to him. He really
Oh yeah.
looked out for us the last
For all
time we
y'all
was
that
in
don't know, we
Cali.
were able
Yeah.
to hook up with SoCal in
We had a
California
lot of fun. We had a lot of
last
fun.
year. Well, earlier this year, we was able to go to the Lakers playoff game when they closed out on Golden State. I hit
That's
SoCal up.
right.
I hit SoCal up, man. He said, "Come on, bro." I parked my truck in his lot that whole weekend. He took us to lunch before we went down into LA. We hooked up. Him and his fam went to the movies. I mean,
We
he
rode
really
past Nipsey Hussle's
one of the
like one of
murals they
his
had in this
murals he
area.
had. It was
So
real
yeah,
nice.
SoCal is who he say he is,
Yeah, he looked out.
regardless of what you think or what you may have heard. And all in all, he is who he say he is. So definitely big salute to you, bro.
And that was such a spontaneous trip.
Yeah.
So, for those of y'all who are new in trucking, like, don't be afraid to do something you really want to do if you're in a state and you're able to do it. You know what I mean? Because it might be, that might be your one chance to be able to do something you never thought you could do, and you're there. Because we done did like the
Alaska,
Walk of Fame and all
Alaska,
kinds of
what
stuff.
up?
Hey, Alaska.
The crazy part about about the playoffs, we were in the Bay Area, 13 miles from where Golden State plays the night before. So really, had I had thought about it, I could have went to the Golden State game where they beat LA and went to the game where LA closed them out the next day, because we definitely would end up in Los Angeles the next day. It was crazy how that happened. Not to mention, we could have went to the fight, the
Yeah, we did.
not the most recent fight between the two dudes. What's the fight before that? The Baltimore guy, light skinned Baltimore kid,
I
Tank.
forgot. Yeah, no.
Yes, it was Tank.
It's
It's
Tank.
the
Okay.
fight in Vegas. We could have went to that fight. We ended up coming through Vegas. We was in Utah, watched it on online in the hotel. But if I wanted to, we could have went down to Vegas and went to that fight.
Alaska.
I didn't even know there was a fight that weekend. That's how much I'm not connected to boxing.
Right. Alaska said it was good. My favorite trucker couple. Look, he looked out for us when we went to Alaska. We took a trip to Alaska, and I
Wish
mean,
we
he
coming back.
he met us there, got our room for us, took us around, told us all the different places we should go, took us out to eat. Like he pampered us. Like so, yes. If y'all ain't never been to Alaska, I don't know if he gonna do that for you, but
He
he
ain't,
don't know you. He
he
don't
ain't,
know you.
he ain't gonna do it for you.
But
Don't even sweat that.
shout out to Alaska. Yeah, that was dope.
We go back. We go back. Me and him started. We started trucking together. We were in trucking school together at Swift. So,
Goldfinger said, I know that traffic's up.
oh, your voice together. You back? You hot out there?
It's hot. It's spicy. Goldfinger said, I know that traffic's up.
Traffic in LA.
Yeah, in LA.
It did. Let me see if
And
I can
then
use
Ray
this and get
Davis,
some light in
SoCal,
here.
we
Okay, that's a little better.
oh, he
Right.
talking to SoCal.
That'll work.
He said, when are y'all coming back to
Soon.
Alaska? I'm going to, is it SEMA? What is that? SEMA this year? What is that?
Maybe that's a trucking joint or something.
SEMA? SEMA? What is that?
I think that's a trucking event of some sort. I think so. Am I right? Am I wrong? I think I'm right.
Yeah, but that whole time we stayed at home, look, ain't nothing worse. Let me tell you something. When it comes to us taking our, well, first of all, in this trucking thing, I handle the money. Okay, I handle the money. So when we take off, I have already allocated what we need and what it's going to be when we get home, and I make sure that we stay home long enough and we have plenty of room to do all the things we want to do, because you ain't getting paid. If you own an op, you ain't getting paid. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we was home from June 2nd all the way till, when did we come back out?
I don't know. 2, 3
Mi-
weeks. Almost the end of July.
Almost the end of July. We had not got no check.
Like right now, we've only received
Well,
two
we got a
paychecks.
settlement. We didn't get a settlement.
We've only received two paychecks since we went home in June.
Thank you, SoCal. He said he just shared our live.
So appreciate it, bro. So a few days after getting home in June, we may have gotten a check that following week, but we haven't cashed a check. We've cashed two checks since first week of of June, and we now about to go into September. So
And I know if my girl Arvilla's still on here, she's real good with that plan and stuff. You should see me like, we need to get back out. We need to get
well, that's
back out on the road.
because you got multiple accounts and stuff. Certain monies handle certain things, so the truck stuff that could be situated.
Yeah, but
But
you
then you got
plan
personal
for certain,
bills,
yes, and then other
and we
things was
take care of a
happening.
lot
We
of
got
things. We take care of a lot of people. To be
right.
honest with y'all,
It
like
was a
this
lot of other
trucking thing
things
is
happening in between us just coming home to relax.
yeah, this trucking thing is so much greater than just the two you see in the truck.
What?
There's many who depend on us getting out here and doing what we do,
Right.
as it should. I guess I mean we're parents, we're grandparents.
Uh,
It's a lot of things going on, and
a
everybody life is life
daughter,
for everybody.
daughter, son.
Well, yeah, life is life for everybody.
I'm
So
gonna tell you.
Heavy is the head. That's all I can say. That's the best explanation I got for you.
Goldfinger said back to work tomorrow mode. Try to keep up.
Yeah, you are. Because you've
Ray
been
Davis
chilling
said,
too.
question, how
Who?
are you handling the taxes, etc.? Do you have an accountant or just use any H&R Block office? No, we got an
H&R
accountant.
Block. That ain't gonna
We
work
got a
out here.
CPA,
But
yeah.
I turn you over to my
Yes, we have
secretary
a
for questions
CPA.
like
We
that.
had we've been with her now for like 7 years. Actually longer than that.
Uh-uh.
No, it ain't. 7 years since we've been in trucking. We had her ever since we've been in trucking.
Sure.
Yeah, because we've been in business
Uh,
now for six
yeah,
or
but
7 years.
we didn't have her because we figured our first year we were company.
Well,
And
then it was 6 years.
once
We
we
done had
started
her
to
six
lead, once
years.
we really started getting our teeth into leasing for real, we've had
Ray
that
Davis said he
CPA.
got to go back to the grind.
Ray, you ain't doing no work anyway. But it's all good. Appreciate you, brother. It's always good to see you come through, man. We got to get to Canada.
Yes,
We want to be
definitely.
the
We want to
first
go to
truckers to
Canada.
meet Ray David face to face because I
Yes.
don't think nobody else
He's
has.
such a huge
And
supporter.
he's
He
been a
been here from day
huge
one.
supporter to
Yeah.
any and everybody in the trucking space. If they say he's not, they lying.
Right. Right. But yeah, so in that process we got back on the road, but in that during that whole time period I had started to write my book.
Woo!
Started writing my book.
What's the name of your book, baby?
The name of my book is More Than Enough, and Overcoming Rejection and Breaking Generational Strongholds. So those of y'all who have followed me that know me way back from Divine Earth to the Real Connie to Connie, I Am Constance, like those of y'all who have been with us all this long time, y'all know I've never hid my past or my life. I've always shared about being a teen mom
Uh-huh.
and my past trauma. Oh
Uh-huh.
no, babe, that ain't gonna work.
What?
It's in my eyes.
That's in my eyes too. But why are you looking at the light for?
Okay.
Why are you standing at the sun?
But anywho, y'all know that I've always been open and I share it. And I do this. What to say? Grats on the book. Thank you, SoCal. And I do this because there are a lot of women. Well, I just feel like, you know, first of all, anybody that's been through anything or get information should always pay it forward. Um, I was able to come through my trauma. God has blessed me. I've been able to, raise my children, make good money, get me an amazing husband, and be successful in my life with my trauma, and I just want other people to know that you can still overcome.
Hush.
And sometimes we try to hide or not talk about our past out of fear of shame or judgment or anything. But I'm over that. I have no fear or shame or judgment about my past. God's been good. So my book is really talking about that and just some of the things that I suffered when I was younger and how a lot of trauma that people have in their life is passed down through generations. So your father might have had some, your mother might have had something, or whatever life conditions, the conditions of their life might have been. You might find yourself in that same predicament and be wondering, like, why are these things happening to me? And a lot of people don't know that these are generational strongholds, and they
Yes.
form in your mind, and how you think. So I'm gonna talk more about the book on my live feed when I go on my page, on my personal page. But I just wanted to come over here and share that with y'all. And I decided to write my book um, after having some issues when my father died. My father died in last year, December, 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
And it was really, really rough for me. That's another reason why we probably haven't done as much posting either, because it's been an adjustment. My father died from dementia, and he had spinal cancer. So during that time after he died, I got really trauma showed up in my life again through the pain that I was going through, and I realized that it's a topic, like we need to talk about it. I just want people to be aware and know certain things. Just like even with dementia, there's a gene for that. Sometimes there are things you can do to prevent that. I never knew anything about dementia running in my family, and behold, my father had it. So it's really important that we talk about these things, even though sometimes it can suck.
Hmm.
You know, it's boring sometimes. It's not the likely conversation or the one that we want to have. But you always want to have it though once it hits your family or somebody close to you. And we
Facts.
really should have it before then. So really, this is what the book is about. And I just share my personal testimony about how God healed me through Jesus. Y'all know I don't hide. I'm not ashamed to talk about God and how much I love him and he loves me. And y'all already know. So if you follow me on my page, you know that I have just started the pre-orders for my new book, More Than Enough, Overcoming Rejection and Breaking Generational Strongholds. It's all over my page. I have not posted on Married to the Mouse because I'm just going to be honest. I felt like we hadn't even come over here and talked to y'all. We hadn't put out a video. We haven't really been talking like directly to our supporters, y'all. You know, our MTTM family. And then here I go get ready to post a post about pre-ordering a book. So yeah, I didn't feel right about that. But now I do, because y'all know.
Hey man,
So
I'm telling y'all, the book itself is dope. Like it ain't. I mean, she does um, have her testimonies. She does have uh, her overall viewpoints about getting through a lot of the things that she's been through. But her overall story, just in general, like throughout life, growing up, she hasn't always been the woman that's before you. You know what I mean? She's done and been involved with and lived life like so many others have that come from different inner cities. So it's not a goody two shoe. It's not a Miss Prissy book. You know what I mean? It's
nah.
she's been involved and been in some trenches of her own that I guess further leads to her overall testimony. But the book itself, from the little bits and excerpts that I've been able to see her write or her tell me about, it's crazy, man. So we're gonna do some interview stuff. We're gonna do a lot more content because the objective is to sell a book. I mean, ain't no other way around
Yeah.
that. So the support from you, from all you guys, is gonna be amazing. And we just gotta make sure that we get the word out to get just the overall attention. Because like I said, the objective is to sell a book. Period. I mean, it costs money. Like she's dedicated herself to writing this book. And I tell her all the time, you've written this book like 5 times already. And what I mean by that is I can go in this closet right here and pull out notebooks upon notebooks upon notebooks of her writing this book. But it just was unstructured.
Yeah.
It just wasn't put together.
Right.
But as far as her getting her thoughts out and putting her thoughts on paper, she's been doing it for years. So that book has already been written many times before. But I will say, if you are serious about doing anything, just like you went out and got your license to drive a truck, just like you go out and get your degrees, just like you go out and get whatever type of training courses to get whatever accomplished you want to get accomplished. As grown-ups, as adults, if you really want to do something, put your money where your mouth is. She hired a coach. She hired someone that was going to be keep her accountable, that was going to give her a schedule, that was going to give her structure, that was going to keep her in a line with putting this book out, with formulating the book, with all the steps. Because you could want to do something, but you might don't know all the minute things that it takes to get it done from A to Z. You know what I mean? You might got little parts of it, but that procrastination or stagnation leads to you not accomplishing the goal and stopping and giving up, so to speak, because you just don't have everything you need in order to get it done.
Yeah.
So when you really want to get something done, whatever that field is, you make contact with whomever and different people that have done it or that do that. But ain't nobody out here just doing favors for people. Like
Nah.
I said, like a lot of the YouTube stuff that we've been doing over the past 7 years and just randomly giving out information and stuff like that, man, y'all seen in the past few years, a lot of that information was started becoming for sale.
Yeah.
People started
Right.
selling courses and selling
Right.
this and
Right.
doing this and doing that for bread because just giving out information don't normally happen, or especially if you want somebody to give you detailed information step by step by step by step. So, like I said, big salute to her, man, because she went out, found her coach. She paid the money that she charged. I don't even know how much. Ain't none of my business. I ain't even asked honestly, but
A lot. No.
just
It
she's
was
taking the steps that she
she's worth
needs
more than what I
to
paid,
get
for
this book
sure.
out. And they've been
For
working
sure.
together. They have weekly Zoom meetings or conversations, keeping her on task. And y'all know what it is. I mean, we still out here driving a truck. So she still is back there typing and writing this book. We were spending time in hotels. She's writing her book, man. So she's serious about it. I don't want to bore y'all with my whole conversation. I just
Well,
want to
we're
let
gonna
y'all know that this ain't a pamphlet.
yeah,
She's not
nah.
writing this ain't no what they call a quick read and none of that kind of stuff. Like what's the page? How many what's the word count that you got to write?
Right now it's between 40 to 50,000 words.
Like
So
I don't know
yeah.
how big of a book that
I
is,
mean, it's a decent a standard amount
but
for
40 to
a book to be
50,000
able to be
words
on
is a
Amazon.
solid book. That's what
Yeah.
I'm telling you. This is not a, you know what I mean, quick read, so to speak. This ain't a pamphlet. This ain't a brochure. She ain't just giving you a brief overview. She's literally writing a book.
And you know what? Like, to speak to that, there's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot in there. It's a lot of people that probably have books in them, really, because this has been bubbling in my spirit for years. When I own my salon, I talk to my clients about my life and share things with them. And people say, you should write a book, you should write a book, you should write a book, you should write a book. And it was always said to me, but I had to get that and get to that place that I felt, that I felt like it was time. And after my father died, it was time. It was time. Just going through that. And then those of you who drive trucks, y'all already know, being out here, you stay in your head constantly. And when I'm done driving, when I'm not driving, I am writing, I'm reading.
Appreciate
Phoenix.
you, SoCal.
Oh, you want to
So you said God is good always.
yeah, and I just wanted to.
Alaska said, "What's Connie's info? I didn't know she had a separate page." Yes, she is.
I have two separate pages
God
actually.
dang it,
One is I am Constance Mosley. That's my government name, Constance Mosley. So it's I am Constance Mosley on Instagram, and then I also have another page dedicated just to my testimony, and that's called Rise Above It. And
So say that one more time, baby, because I'm over here
one is
scrambling.
my personal page is I am Constance Mosley, and then my other page is Rise Above It.
Yes, so
I think it's like underscore. It might be Rise above underscore it, but it's Rise Above It. If you type it in, it'll show up. It'll show up.
or if you just that unsavvy, find Married to the Miles on Instagram,
Is it on there?
and then find the real Connie through Married to the
It's
Miles
not
on
the real
Instagram.
Connie anymore. It's I am
Oh, excuse
Constance
me, I forgot you
Mosley.
updated. You'll find us, or just DM us, and we'll get you the
I'll
link
make sure you
directly.
get it, Alaska, because we
But
do
everybody,
follow each other on Facebook.
Gold Phoenix said, Miss Jessica Benson, hello. She says, greetings and blessings to you too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank. She said, I hate when I come in late. Just finished 620 miles. The book
Hey,
will be amazing.
thank you.
620
Oh,
miles.
who was that in the middle?
Okay, you must have been riding somewhere good on some good
That said, what's up?
straight level ground. You've been rolling, shawty.
Who was it right there that said, what's up? Highway Hustler.
What's up from Seattle? Al Carroll and Highway Hustlers says, what's up?
Hey, thank you. What's up? What's up? Oh, this
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. Gold Phoenix. That's the next thing we're gonna do is record the book on audio. So for all of my truckers
Yeah.
and just people who we had a friend. So this is confirmation. We just spoke to a friend of ours today that was saying he was going to buy the book, but he wasn't a big reader,
Yeah. So I've been thinking what we're going to do. We're going to go home and I think September the 8th we're due to be home. We're going to stay home for about 10 days because I'm going with a couple of my homeboys up to New York for the Cowboys and Giants game. So my Cowboys going to kick somebody's tail. So we're going up New York for that weekend for the NFL kickoff. for that Sunday night football game. So your boy will be in the building. Look for me. You know what I mean? You might see me, you might not.
And I'm going to
But
see
we'll be in the
Sarah Jakes
building.
in Texas.
And she's doing Sarah Jakes that following
Yeah.
week in Texas for
The
like a
woman
3-day.
involved in Texas.
Yeah, so she's going to that. So we will be home then. I don't know if we're gonna try to squeeze it in. Well, we can't really do the audio book until you actually complete it. So she's gonna be finished with the book, I think, at the end of the month.
No, I'll be finished with the manuscript. Yes.
Okay.
I don't have specific dates. I can't really put that
Okay,
out
so
there.
I'm rushing.
I don't have all the specific dates because once we finish the manuscript, I have to get it edited and formatted into the book. So it's a lot of other things that I have to do.
Writing a real book. This shit is legit.
In connection with the book, but I am excited because I will be sharing with y'all my book cover. I did get that in. I'm waiting on them to do some revisions, but I'm really, really excited about that.
Yeah.
Just seeing the book cover. So I'm gonna share that really, really soon.
Like I said, she's writing a legitimate book. So yeah, once that book is complete and it's no more revisions being done, and it is what it is, we're gonna. I got a couple homies back home with studios and stuff like that. So I think we're gonna take maybe a couple of days, get her in the studio, let her sit down with her book and her tea and all her good stuff, and let her really do a full-fledged audio book, get that all recorded. I don't know how much mixing and mastering need to be done with just a one audio track. I'm not sure, but we're going to get that done, and we're going to some kind of way have it all together, because we know a lot of our trucker friends and family that want to read the book. One, we truckers, so we ain't out here reading like that. Let's just keep it up.
I listen to audiobooks.
Half us just
I love
we can drive a
audiobooks.
truck and that's about it. But we're going to go ahead and get the audiobook done, so it can be something that the drivers can listen to take a few hours out of their day.
And those of you who are looking for the pre-order link, it's actually in the Married to the Miles bio, and it's in my bio on I am Constance Mosley on IG. It's in my Facebook, Constance Mosley, and it's on Rise Above It.
I want to see if I do something right quick. Can you, if we go to it, to your page, right? That's the link right there. That's the link right here. No. I messed up. Hold up.
I think he's gonna see about putting it in there. All right, go there.
Boom.
Once it shows up, then click the box at the bottom, not the top. Hold up. Go down. Pull a screen down.
Down.
At the top. See at the top right there? No. Just hold that down. You should be able to copy it.
This right here?
Is it letting you?
That's another way it lets me copy, because I've copied it before.
Well, we're gonna see if we can put it in there. But like I said, it's on Instagram. All our pages, Married to the Miles, I am Constance Mosley, and Rise Above It, and it's on my Facebook too. What else did we want to talk to y'all about? We also wanted to talk to y'all, and I know we're gonna come on here some more. We're gonna do some more videos for sure. But I also wanted to talk about, we have been having a lot of couples coming and speaking with us about team trucking. And so last year we had said, we was going to do the academy, and that kind of got pushed off. And so now we're revisiting the conversation of men and women, or just teams, getting their mates on a truck with them. We're going to have that conversation and just getting into team trucking, period. Like things you need to consider before getting into team trucking. Like this is a question that has come to us over and over again.
Because I not to cut you off. Let me do something right quick.
I can put it in there.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, you should have gave it to me.
As far as trucking teams that's been out here, we've been out here 7 years. We've been teaming for 7 years, like consecutive. I'm gonna be completely honest and no joking. We've been out here 7 years consecutive. Other than her coming off the truck for about a month or so, about 3 or 4 years ago, while I brought our youngest daughter out on the truck with us one summer. We've been running consistently day after day, unless we on home time or on some type of downtime. We've been team trucking for 7 years straight, like nonstop. Other than a few breaks here, break there, a few months here, months there. But as far as being in this truck running, I have never operated this truck without her in the passenger seat and vice versa. We've been doing it for 7 years. So a lot of teams do truck different ways. A lot of teams go about their trucking journey in different ways. We get it. But as far as consecutive and consistent and constant team trucking on this road, I don't know nobody who do it the way we do it. I don't know of another team. I could be wrong. I don't follow a million YouTube people. I don't follow a million trucking people. It's people have come and gone. People have come in before us. Y'all known us to deal with and run with and rock with consistently. That ain't like that no more. We've seen teams come in. We've seen people break up.
It's so bad.
We've seen babies get made and the whole team trucking go to crap. We've seen teams come and go. We've seen people that got married since they were trucking. We've seen divorces, the whole 9 yards. But we don't know nobody. At least I don't. Now, if y'all know somebody, speak on it. But I don't know nobody who's been team trucking consistently and been rocking and rolling the way we rock and roll. I ain't saying we got all the answers. I ain't saying we know it all or
No, we
none of that.
don't.
But
We don't.
if you want to find a team to kind of shadow, to kind of look at to see what we doing right or what we not doing right or what we doing wrong, to kind of get in the game and do it the way we do it, we the ones. And that's just keeping it a
I just
whole buck.
think
I don't even
I
want
just
to.
think that
I ain't
we
trying to hold up. I ain't
uh
trying to belittle. I ain't trying to.
no.
I ain't trying to knock. I ain't trying to diss. I ain't trying to talk
No.
about nothing or nobody. But all I can say is find another team that y'all know of that's been out here doing what they do for 7 years straight, nonstop, with no hiccups, no gaps, no none of that. This is my dog, bro. This is my wife. We run this thing. We do this thing. We have our ups and our downs, but ain't none of it cause no separation. We're gonna rock and roll because the objective is to get to this bread, to get to this bread. That's point blank, period. Ain't no other reason for us to be out here to get to this money. We've seen our life change and we've changed the lives of our family and many people around me. I've gotten children out of jail. I paid court fines. I've caught people up on their cars. I've helped people with rents. We've done it. You know what I mean? And I got friends and she got friends that we know for them to come to us in need is because they really need it. And to be in position to help, it's a great feeling. And I ain't sitting around waiting for nobody to pay back. I ain't waiting none of that because I know the type of work we put in, and blessings go out and they come back. That's just how it's gonna go. But again, I don't know another team that's been putting it in on a steady and consistent basis like she and I have. If you know them, bring them out. Bring them out.
I done tried to put this link in here, y'all. It ain't working. I don't know what I done did.
I know you ain't eating your food.
But
So
just to
again,
piggyback
hopefully
off of
I
what
ain't, I
he's
ain't, I ain't, I
saying,
ain't disrespecting or nothing.
just
We
the
run our
piggy
truck the way we run it. I do what I do, and it works for us. So if y'all are
right.
looking for someone to holler at to see how you can better your situation, maybe we can help you.
Just to piggyback off of that, if you are a person that is thinking about getting into team trucking, or you're already a trucker, you think about bringing on a person with you to get on the truck to start team trucking, and you just need some guidance in that area, we are going to be sharing tips and different information about how we do it for us. But overall, as a team, you're gonna figure out what works for you. And that's really pretty much what we're saying. We have figured out what works for us. And that's the only reason why we still out here, because we argue and fuss like everybody else. We have issues like everybody else. We get on each other's nerves like everybody else. We want to be apart from each other sometimes, like everybody else. We go through the same issues,
But we
but
keep the main thing the
we
main
keep the
thing.
main focus, the main
And the
focus.
main
So
thing is we're setting ourselves up for life.
right,
We're not letting no small situation, no little hiccup, no argument, no none of that keep us out of here. There's plenty of times that she don't want to be out here, I'm sure. What woman wants to live in the truck? But she sacrifices. And that right there, I commend 100% because she's never, and she's accomplished so much while in the truck. She's taken college courses, I mean, she's done a lot. She almost still is aiding, she has aided teenage girls into their womanhood while on the truck. When we came out on the truck, we still had, especially when I first started, we still had kids in high school. I watched the graduation from FaceTime. So we've been out here now. Our daughters is about to be 21, just turned 25, just turned 26. Wasn't that it? 28,
mm-hmm.
son 31. We've had, like I said, we got grandchildren. We've had grandchildren since we've been trucking. You know what I mean? I miss our grandson being born because I was out on the road. So this ain't no game to us. It's no joke. Like I said, when I said we seeing our life change for the better, we've done it. So ain't no need us going back because you are ardent. I can tell you straight up. If I go back, it's only a few things I'm going back to, and I don't need that to happen. I'm almost 50 years old. I know it don't look like it, but I'm turning 48 in November. So as far as games and playing games, ain't no time for it. We going to the top with this, and that's fact. So I don't care what somebody done told you. I don't care about what you done heard or none of that good stuff. Stay around and keep watching. Like I told people, you're gonna see me put up an M while on Instagram like it's OnlyFans. Trust and believe. So everybody else can do whatever they're doing. Oh, that's good. But you're gonna be able to look back and see who the real hustlers are, like Rose said. Not just who got the biggest YouTube page, who got the most followers, not who posts videos every 4 days, not who's showing their whole life fall apart, not who coming and going, hopping and trucking, and hopping and trucking, and then quitting and getting back in it, and quitting again and getting back, all of that.
And if you did that, you can still get back in the team trucking and team
Facts.
again. Like it's
I'm
no,
just telling you, we understand. We've grown enough to understand. You don't turn off and on life.
yeah,
Life stays constant.
yeah.
Ain't no breaks.
But once we
All
start having
gas, no
these videos,
breaks.
all of this will come out because in actuality, and I'm just gonna say this, and then because I don't want to get into a whole bunch of other stuff, but what your life is and what your relationship is, a lot of times that needs to be kind of worked out before you get in trucking. And we want to kind of talk about that stuff ahead of time. So that's why we saying things to consider before team trucking, because some relationships have been broken and some relationships have not lasted. Some people have had to split trucks, have had all types of things happen in team trucking, not because it couldn't withstand it, but because they didn't know what to consider before they got into team trucking. And that's what we want to bring to the table. We want to be able to talk to y'all about just things you might want to think about, because we thought about those things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But we had somebody tell us, and we was watching other teams, and we kind of did some research, and those things really helped us. So
Right.
that's what we want to do. Um, Initially, we learned things about just trucking in general, and he took that whole module, and we here. You know what I mean? Now we come into the team, and now we want to do the same thing to help somebody else, because this ain't rocket science.
No.
It's not, but it really does have a lot to do with what type of person you are teaming with, and what type of like characteristics you have, and your tolerance levels. It's really, some of the stuff is really small, but it could be enough for you to be done with a person. You know what I mean? Because this space right here is too small to be dealing with that kind of stuff. It really is. It seemed like it's nothing, but it's something when you out here on this road, because this is all you got is these four walls in this truck and trying to make it work, you know. Um, and I think we really figured out a good way to do that where we survive it and we thrive in it.
Dreaming Big says, congratulations, Connie.
Thank
She
you.
says, he
Thank
or
you.
she or they say, have you all heard from Beauty and the Beast lately? Um,
We've spoke to them,
yes.
yes.
Through social media,
Yeah.
there's still some interaction. I will say, for y'all that do know, I'm glad you brought that up, honestly, because I would have kicked myself in the butt if I didn't say this while I'm on the live, because I told him I would. If y'all don't mind, Beast has a YouTube channel that he started last year. For y'all that don't know, he came down with a bout of cancer. I don't know a lot of the details, so I don't want to sit here and be speaking and talking out of turn or out of taste. But he went through a serious cancer scare and this still is recovering from his cancer battle. I want to say, give me 1 second. I just want to make sure I got his.
Yeah, he shares a lot about it too. I think like on his Facebook and everything.
Give me 2 seconds, y'all, because I don't want to mess this up. To my understanding, just to be you asked, so I mean it is what it is. I don't think they're running team anymore.
I don't know. We don't
You'll
know.
have to see
Yeah.
or check into that on your own. I'll just say I just don't know if you'll see any more content from what we know of as the Beauty and the Beast. But
But we don't know.
I, I'm just saying
Right. We don't
again, like
know.
I said,
But
I ain't trying to
since we
talk.
talked since we
I'm,
talked to them, Beauty seems to be okay. B seems to be okay. He's
that's what I'm
recovered
saying.
from his bouts with cancer, and he's sharing his journey about that. And Beauty shares on her page about her trucking and her life. So
Yes, but I'm trying to find his page because I really want y'all to go over there and show him some love and some support because he's really adamant on bringing awareness to the cancer he dealt with
right.
and just his whole situation.
Is
I
it
just
Ace Rider? Is that it?
that's I think that's what it is, but I need to go to YouTube in general and find it
Well, we'll be back on here again and
because
we'll
I don't
share
want
it.
to leave it
Um,
just blank like that.
because we don't really know.
Like I said, he definitely dealt with a spat of and dealt with some cancer issues. His health really got bad, but I think remission is the word that I want to say. So
Right.
he's doing a lot better now for
Hmm.
sure. So if you guys would find him either on YouTube.
He might have something up on his old page. I'm not sure. That's kind of directs you. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna get on the ground. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna take the time to do this because I don't want to ace rider.
Okay, Ace Rider.
So let me see YouTube. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. If y'all still here, because you asked, so I guess you want to
And shout
know.
out to them. Thanks for asking.
Maybe others want to know also.
Beauty, that's my girl.
Oh yeah, facts. I mean, it is what it
And
is,
Beast,
man.
they both they family.
People
They
out here
family.
going through
These are
real
truckers that
life, man.
team truckers that we've been rocking with since when we first came out here.
Facts.
This be trucking. That is our villa that's on here. If she's still on here, they have a team. They team too. She teams with her husband. Their channel is This Be Trucking.
Okay. It, it's Ace Rider. ACE. 2 words. ACE RIDAH. ACE RIDAH. That's Beast's YouTube channel, and definitely go show him some love. Maybe you'll learn something for sure. Maybe you might have a situation with your own family members that's going through some similar things, He really showed his whole process from day to day, going through chemos and all of that. I mean, it's serious, and it was definitely a real deal that he went through, and he was pretty transparent on showing his journey with it. So I think it's going to help a lot of people presently and in the future, because he really put himself out there to show a lot of things that was going on with him and his fight through it. And he's come out the other end, so it appears thus far. So he's gonna keep on fighting. We're gonna keep on riding with Ace Rider, man. So as you see, I'm tiptoeing around all types of stuff, but much respect to everybody out there, man. That's going through life and the ups and downs of it. Keep pushing. You know, tomorrow's a better day, and you know, keep moving, keep elevating, keep growing, because we all out here dealing with this life thing in a real way.
Goldfina said this career path is the embodiment
Mm.
of sacrifice. Takes a lot of mental fortitude to last. It really
Facts.
does. It
Because
does.
riding this truck, living in this truck is abnormal. There's nothing normal about this, about self-confinement. There's nothing normal about what it is that we do. That's why when you try to normalize it and you try to explain to your friends and family back home, they'll never fully get it. And it's all right, because we live it and some of us don't get it. So it's a real thing that you really got to get out here and know why you're out here, what you're doing while you're out here, and make the best of situations while you can. But there's nothing normal about this. There's nothing normal about us being married, sharing our lives together
Working
individually,
together
working together. I mean,
and living in the truck. Ain't
living
nothing
together
normal
like
about that.
most people, you don't know your mate.
Nah.
Most people say you don't know your mate till you live with them.
Right.
I disagree at this point. You don't know your mate until you go OTR trucking
I'ma tell
with them
you.
and live in the
Right.
truck, live in this space, and go through the ups and downs that come from day to day, and deal with
Right.
each individual's personalities
Right.
and the needs of each individual person, and try to meet those needs, but also be productive in business, also fulfill your own needs and desires.
But
This is not easy.
trucking is like a I don't know, like a evolution almost. Like it's just, it's like you get into trucking and it causes you to um
Come forward.
it causes you to have a whole different perspective. It enlightens you. Like it opens your eyes to things that you didn't see in yourself, in your relationship,
Mm.
in the world. I feel like that's what happened to me. Um, and one of the things I love about trucking so much is that it's so diverse. Like you can do so much in trucking. Like trucking gives you the ability to be successful in all types of areas. Let me let him say what he's saying because I know y'all.
I ain't saying that. Jalen Stanislis says, "I'm feeling that chain, OG."
But
What's
yeah,
my saying? You already know what it is.
but
Oh,
yeah.
and she
So,
heavyweight too. It's no
oh
game.
my goodness.
We solid. No hollows. We solid, brother. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, you fine, you fine. But
I'm
yeah,
just
that's pretty much like what we
stunting.
wanted to come over here and talk to y'all about. Y'all already know that the content has to be different based on what we haul now. It really ain't a whole. I mean, it ain't even. We ain't really got to, but it ain't even an excuse per se. It's just after a while, you don't want to be redundant and saying the same thing over and over again. So, as much feedback from y'all that y'all can give us is great. Um, because we ain't touched everything, but we've touched a lot in our videos over the years. So, um, kind of having an idea what y'all might want to see. Other than that, we're gonna be sharing our journey like we've been doing, and just posting things that we think is relevant. But we are going to be talking about what to consider before team trucking. What to consider before
because
team
that's what we do.
trucking.
So
Right.
I guess that's our lane.
That's our conversation. It is our
So team
conversation
trucking is
all the
what it is. We
time.
all married to the mile. So ain't no need us talking about much else. We'll save
Mm-mm.
all the solo stuff to go Phoenix.
Yes.
Let him put y'all up
Yes.
on
Matter of
game.
fact, y'all make sure y'all go over to his page, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
That's his page name, right? Go
Go
Phoenix.
Phoenix. You talking about a
Yeah.
young guy
Yeah. Very
that's been
successful in
out here a
trucking.
few years now.
Hmm.
I think his father drove trucks, so he did have some know-how on the trucking industry, but he has definitely taken on trucking, leasing, training. He does it, and he does it at a high level. Y'all can see what he does. I mean, geez, I think he got about I'm gonna say $8,000 worth of cologne riding around with him in the truck, man.
He be buying $5,000 book bags.
Yeah, man. He doing what he need to do as a young man with no children out here living. Come on, man. 3.5 years, his dad's still running too. So yeah. So like I said, go over there to his channel, man. Peep him out. He's got a lot of content he's been doing over the past few years.
And he trained.
That's what I'm saying. And he's what you go, Finn? I want to say you 25.
25, 26,
I'm gonna say
maybe.
25. I'm gonna jump out there and say 25. Dreaming Big said, I came in late. Where can I purchase your book?
You can purchase the pre-order for my book. It's on pre-order right now. Is at I am Constance Mosley on IG.
Mm-hmm.
It's also in our bio. It's in my bio. It's also in my bio on
Mm-hmm.
at Married to the Miles on IG and at Rise Above It on IG.
All right, I'm gonna do this for y'all just to see. I don't know how well you can see that. I don't know if it's clear at all. Probably not. It's a lot of vibration going on here. But I am, man, I can't see this at all. Too much vibration. If y'all look for this, if y'all see this, this is her picture right there. I am Constance Mosley.
And I just realized
You
why
can
we
you can
couldn't
hit the
put the
link
link.
that's in her bio.
Mhm.
It'll
Put
take you
it.
to another drop down. Book pre-orders at the bottom. Bam. And it should take you right to her pre-order page. And you can go through the pre-order process, shop now, and go to the book. That's not her cover. That's just we had to put something up there. So that's a dummy cover, I guess, so to speak.
It's like a pre-order.
And just go through the prompt
You click
to
it if you
pick the
click
book.
it. Yeah.
And bam, it'll take you to the
Pre-order.
order page, add the cart, and I guess
Oh, I just realized too why I wasn't able to put the link in there because I came in as myself.
go through the process. Blah, blah,
But
blah.
if I was actually doing it on here, I could have put the link in. I
Yeah,
have
how
to
to
do
type
it
it
from
in.
our I would have to do it from our page. But it's
Yeah, well,
all good. I'll
again,
make sure that
find
it's
us
available.
Married to the Miles, just like you see it on here on YouTube. If you found us here, you'll find us on the ground. And
Thank you
sift
so
through it.
much for supporting y'all. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be talking more about it. We're gonna be doing like promo videos. We're gonna be sharing. I'll be going live. I was actually gonna go live today, but I blew that and I went live with y'all.
Yeah, we chilled all weekend
I
in the
went live with
hotel.
y'all. Yeah.
Supposed to get some content done. We didn't do it.
Yeah, I
But like I
needed to
said, man, we've
rest.
been out here. Y'all know we've been out here 7 years now, man. So we've done a lot of videos. There's a lot of content. We've got a lot of new subscribers in the past few months. So definitely salute to all y'all. Um, and thanks for y'all for even sliding through today also. I'll make sure we come on a lot more often than we do. You know, it's just kind of hard to figure out what's needed to talk about. So I guess we can just still show what our journey is, some of our day-to-day ups and downs. The
But see, I
dog,
was
the
saying like
dog is
it's a
getting
lot of
bigger.
people.
The dog Chase is getting bigger for y'all that seen Chip and Chase, especially when she was a little puppy. She's gotten a lot bigger. Right now, we've been on our health kick. We've been definitely on our veggies crazy. I seen a guy on Facebook that did like 90 or 100 days watermelon. I ain't saying I'm doing that, but we've been on watermelon heavy daily. We got a full watermelon in the truck right now.
We got cantaloupe grapes. We
Yeah.
got cantaloupe grapes. Um, Watermelon.
Hmm.
plums,
Hmm.
uh, tuna. We've been eating a lot of tuna. And
Yeah,
then we have, oh, guacamole. We love guacamole.
yeah.
And we got the little thin pita chips. I bought some pecans this
So
time.
we
We got
just been,
cherries.
we've been, what they call it, and getting
Did I say cherries?
our, putting our body in a, is it caloric? How you, in a deficit, a calorie deficit, caloric. I think it's pronounced like that, a caloric deficit, which is just minimizing calories as much as we can, because that's one of the first steps to me when it comes to trying to lose weight out here on the road and just eliminate fat out here on the road. Is got to get your calories down as much as possible because we're so inactive that
And ain't nothing worse than having bad sleep or having your body aching out here on this truck. It's bad enough you sleeping in a bunk bed, trying to get up on each other and and make it work in this little bed. But your knees be bothering you,
yeah.
stuff be cracking.
And we all getting
Like it's
older,
just
man. Like I
yeah,
say, I mean, I know we don't per
it's
se
in the
look
way.
it, but in a few
It's in
years,
the
she'll
way.
now be 50 years old. And of course, I guess to everybody, when you're young, people who are 50 or whatever, in my head, they were old, like old, old. I don't know if it's just our generation. I don't know if it's the 50 years of hip hop. I don't know what it is now about a 40 plus generation now. But man, we looking good out here, y'all. And the
Yeah,
objective is to keep it that way. All of y'all. Because I
47,
know it's a lot of y'all out
47.
here that's in y'all 40s, late 30s. We're not our parents' generation. For whatever reason,
Actually, I
it's
think
it's not
our
the
parents
same.
looked good back
Well,
then.
I get it, but
But we didn't know they was that. We didn't know how
right.
old. Yeah.
So at 50, even guys from the neighborhood, 50, I mean, they may have just been drug addicts and all that. Who knows now that I think about it.
Or
But
life
just
might have just been rough.
seeing 50-year-olds years ago, they might as well have been dead.
Babe.
But for us to be knocking on 50 now, all y'all too, people out here, for us to be the ages that we are, we're looking good, y'all. And the objective is to maintain that as long as possible for yourself and your family. So, it all starts with what
And
you
we
put in your
want
mouth.
people to see ways to, I mean, we ain't no nutritionists out here, but everybody know it's a struggle trying to stay healthy out here in this truck.
True. Stay healthy and blessed. 65 years young. Kenneth Sykes.
Hey,
Big facts, man.
that's
So
right. That's right.
it's
And it
definitely a
ain't
great
nothing
thing.
worse than I remember we went to Vail one time, and then we're gonna get ready to go. We're gonna close out, but
Oh
one
yeah.
time we went to Vail for my birthday. I used to ride by there, and it was lit up at night. Those of you who drive through Vail, Colorado, and all up and
I-70.
down that terrain, yeah. And so
Yeah,
I
man.
just was like, oh wow, this looks like Christmas. Like it's so beautiful out here, and I wanted to go there. So Mo took me for my birthday one year.
It was in May, so it wasn't no snow on the ground.
Yeah, it wasn't no snow on the ground, but it was nice out there. But all of their activities are active, like riding bikes and climbing mountains and skiing and
Hiking.
hiking and all of that. I was so beat. I
Yeah.
couldn't enjoy myself like I wanted to because I was so out of shape. And we did the stuff, but it killed us. Like it killed us. And I'm like, ain't no point in being out here to make the money if when it's time to go spend it and enjoy yourself, you can't even do it because you're out of shape. So
Yeah. We want to
it's
put ourselves.
just like making small changes,
Hmm?
little by little, one day at a time.
That's
That's
really what
all.
it's about.
And you know how people talk about
Alberta.
fruit and vegetables and stuff like that. Like we used to spend $300 and $400, sometimes $500 at Walmart buying a whole bunch of stuff that won't really. We thought we was doing okay because it won't that bad, but being in this truck is bad because
Because
it's
you,
just sitting
you
on us.
you eating stuff that's quick, that's ready made, which is
Right.
all processed at that point. So
So we was like, let's just
now
switch
we
it
we
up.
barely. It's only a few items we even walk into Walmart into the aisles to get.
Right.
Our shopping now consists of the produce section.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, we'll go in there, hit the produce section, come out, we'll spend $80, and
Sorry,
we
y'all.
got cherries. You know what I mean? Just various fruits, various veggies. We do that. So that's really what it is for us right now. We definitely made drastic changes, and we see a big difference.
already, and it's
So
only been a short amount of time.
yeah, it's literally only been since we've been out this time. It's probably the most serious we've taken what we've eaten. We haven't done a whole lot of actual working out, but as far as staying committed to a fruit and veggie diet as much as possible,
We worked out
we've
one
been
day
doing
this
that.
weekend.
Yeah, we worked out a little bit this weekend.
We did.
But
Right.
if I call myself breaking my fruit and veggie hit, it's because I'm eating tuna out of the pack.
Right.
But I'm trying to stay caloric
You don't know
a
what it is.
caloric deficit,
Oh,
a
caloric
calorie deficit. I want to keep my calories as low as possible, just because I know I'm so inactive. But I see it. It's working. I can see the weight shedding off, and we're gonna stick to it. It's not a quick
He
process. There's
seen
no
his
quick
abs,
fixes.
y'all. If I could have recorded that when he seen them abs coming back. Ooh, child.
Yeah, I got they ain't full abs. I ain't gonna say they ain't there yet. But if you look at me from an angle and the sun is just right, or the light is
I'm
coming
like,
in just right at that slight slant, you can see a little shadows.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep a bullet blender close by. We got one
Yeah,
out
we
in the
got
truck
one
right
of those
now.
too. Yep.
We actually got a what's our blender? We got at home.
A
We got a
Ninja.
juicer.
Oh, we got a Nama well.
Nama. That's the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Nama, I think it is. Noma maybe.
Chase trying to get up here,
A
y'all.
juicer at
Say
home.
hello.
Yeah, that's Chase now. I don't know if y'all remember her. Most of y'all probably seen her
big
more
now.
so when she was a little puppy. It's probably some of the last times we've been on YouTube.
Chip down here, he's so heavy. I don't pick him
Yeah,
up as
she's
much
almost
as I
2
used
years old now, so she's been on the truck almost 2 years.
to. Mm-hmm.
And y'all remember him. Come here, son. Come here.
Yeah, we're gonna share more.
Say what's up to the folks. You good?
Chip getting
You
old,
smiling?
y'all.
Look at his little gray face.
Yes.
My man getting old, man.
He gonna make us some babies at some point.
He's 5, so he'll be 6 come November. So yeah, this his daddy man here, man, for sure. But yeah, hopefully we ain't bore y'all,
I
man.
hope our check-in has been sufficient. We tried to fill it up with as much as we could to let y'all know how much we appreciate y'all.
Somebody said, "Hey Chippy, hey 40 shade, hey y'all better." They said, "Hey Chippy, hey Chippy." Yeah, facts. So yeah, man. Like I said, hope we ain't bore y'all.
Yeah.
With our jibber jabber and chatter. We just
But yeah,
wanted
like
to
if
touch
y'all got
base.
some ideas and some things y'all feel like y'all want to tap into, leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
Leave it in the comments.
And
I
follow
do
us on
know
our
that as far
Instagrams
as
and
like
stuff too.
teaming, and again, like this for you too, sis Avila, like at some point we're gonna be bringing some team truckers on the page so that we can kind of brainstorm and talk about different ways to do trucking, because we know y'all do y'all trucking thing different and it works.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And that's really what it's about. Do what works
for you.
For you. Do
Absolute
what works for you.
Fact.
Ain't no one size fit all.
No, because it's real life. These are real couples, man. This is not. And then all of this stuff is you know voluntary.
Right.
None of this stuff is forceful.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the team thing. So
no.
Being able to voluntarily put yourself in some of these situations to deal with some of the ups and downs, and just putting that type of pressure on your relationship.
Right.
I mean, it's even down to just think. I think about this a lot, like how simple relationships were prior to social media.
Right.
Versus now having a relationship in the age of the internet and social media. Our lives, we deal with an element that wasn't always present. Yeah. Things were a lot simpler. Things were a lot not as available. Like, so just
I'm completely out of the loop.
Learning how to navigate your relationship while on this truck. It's just a whole different thing.
It is.
Everybody's not built for it. Everybody's not cut for it. But if
some people might not be built for it in the beginning, but once they learn some things,
yeah,
they might say, all right, well, we're more ready now than we were a few months ago or last year.
That's one
because you can prepare.
That's one of the pluses for us. I don't know if in our 20s this would have been able to be sustained as much as it has.
So Phoenix said we don't know the half of it.
Yeah,
That's jacked up
big
because you
facts.
are a very nice guy. Handsome too. My husband don't mind me saying that, but
Oh, that's my
and you
dog.
successful and everything. You should not be having no problems in
Oh, he
relationships.
ain't got no
But this is
problems.
why my book is good because some of that stuff is in my book. Like for real, it really is because there's underlying trauma and things that people don't want to say. Is that people don't want to address their issues. They don't want to do the work because it's hard.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm praying for you.
big facts. But
Find your
yeah,
good
man.
thing.
Like I said, we appreciate y'all sliding through. Um,
Yes.
we still out here, man. I know we've been lacking. Um, I know you've been seeing so much people going through the ups and downs with the rates and trucks and trucking and all the sob stories and people going through whatever they got to go through in this trucking space and they're not working and they're failing.
Yeah.
Probably seems like a lot of people these days probably don't think trucking is still lucrative.
We
And
might
it
have to
and
have
it
Gold
and,
Phoenix one day
and
come on and talk about
facts.
relationships at his age because he just mentioned that. He said that's the everything you just said. He said
Yeah,
that's the issue. It's intimidating. Yeah, it really is.
yeah. But
I get it.
all the ups and downs that come with the trucking space, so salute to everybody who stayed the course,
Yes.
who stayed down, that's kept your business number one, that's kept your family number one, that ain't been out here screwing off and just messing up and not holding themselves accountable. People that's been out here really doing what they're supposed to do and staying dedicated and staying down to what the vision and the goal and the dream is. Whether it's a team operation, whether you're a company driver, whatever the case may be, just for staying the course, man, because there's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of people who didn't make it throughout this year when these rates hit and stuff started going funny. That's trucking. But you got to put yourself and keep yourself in position to maintain because it ain't gonna always be booming. And a lot of people ain't make it. A lot
Right.
of us know a lot of people who didn't make it, who had to make major adjustments, who swore they were going to do one thing, and times have caused them and forced them to do other things, to do what they say they weren't going to do. So
And it happens.
it's a lot going on, but this is business, man. We can't get it messed up, misconstrued, or none of that. This is big business. When you start talking about trucking companies and all the freight that gets moved and all the goods and services that come along with the trucking industry, this is big business. So if you think you're gonna be out here playing around with it and just overall taking it as a joke or thinking this thing moves as you say it does, you looking for this to be fair and all of this, man. This is cutthroat, man. There's no place for emotion in business. They're not one and the same. They don't even flow together. You can't even put them in the same sentence. So keep the main thing the main thing. If you're about business and you have a business, keep it about business, man. Enjoy the times that you can enjoy, but ultimately, this is business. And if you don't have a business mentality, you sure to fail. We see it happen every day. I've been watching train, what do you call it? I've been watching train wrecks for a while. And sometimes it can be humorous,
But it's a
but it's
lot of
really
information
sad.
out here now, so it's no need for that.
But it's really
It
sad. Well,
really is a lot of
some
information
people
out here.
don't. It ain't about the lack of information. Just some people just not disciplined, man.
Yeah.
And without discipline, you can't function in a world that's built on discipline. Businesses don't happen out of circumstance or
Right.
happenstance.
Right.
These are calculated things that get put in place and get put in order, and you must repeat, rinse, and repeat constantly. You re up and put
You
back
could tell
in.
he was in the streets. He said re up.
I'm just saying, you get your flowers and you reinvest and you rinse and repeat over and over again.
Right.
You may duck out a little bit and have a little fun over here and do this or do that or get this or get that, but you get back to what the main thing is, because without that, everything falls apart.
And on that note,
Yeah, yeah.
so stay in your lane and create your lane. You know what it is. You know what it is.
So whether husband or wife,
Or besties for life,
or you just like what you like,
as long as you're doing it as a team,
you'll be all right.
you be all right.
You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Mo 804.
And your girl, I am Connie.
Be on the lookout for the book. What's the title?
More Than Enough,
Mm-hmm.
Overcoming Rejection and Breaking Generational Strongholds.
Facts. So yeah, keep on the lookout. Hit us up. Follow us. Find us on
Thanks,
social
Go
media.
Phoenix.
We married to the miles all over the place.
Thanks, everybody, for coming
Look it up.
over.
Holler at us, man. We still out here. We ain't going nowhere. We may dip in and dip out from YouTube, but believe me, the rubber's on the road every day, all day, every day. Peace.
Peace.